So, hello and good day. So, in this tutorial, ang pag-uusapan natin is about rotation or yung tinatawag natin na kinematics of rotation. So, ano nga ba ang nakapaloob kapag sinabi nating rotation? So, rotation, by definition, it is defined as that motion of a rigid body in which the particles move in a circular path or paikot sa madaling sabi, papaikot-ikutin natin, with their centers on a fixed straight line that is called the axis of rotation. Okay, itong fixed straight line na to, yung tinatawag na axis of rotation. Kumbaga, yung object natin is dito iikot yung object natin along this fixed straight line, along this axis of rotation. So, the planes of the circles in which the particles move are perpendicular to the axis of rotation. Kaya nga kung papansinin natin itong plane na ito, okay? Itong plane na ito, yan itong bilog na to, and this axis of rotation, they are perpendicular to each other. Okay, perpendicular sila dito sa part na yan, yung plane and the axis of rotation. So, kasi dito sa pag-ikot ng plane na to, while this, for example, this disc or this wheel rotates along this axis of rotation, so yung certain points ng, for example, yung radius niya, habang umiikot siya is parehas yung tina-travel niya dito na radius from the distance from the axis of rotation. Okay? So angular position, velocity, and acceleration. When objects were moving in a straight line or at an angle, okay? When objects were moving in a straight line. Kapag ka nasa straight line, it was useful to establish a coordinate system. Kasi 'di ba ginagamit natin is gumagawa tayo ng Cartesian coordinate system, and yun yung pinag-aaralan natin. For example, yung sa kinematics, 'di ba along a straight line yun or along a curve yung sa projectile natin, gumagamit tayo ng x and y axis para ma-solve natin yung position, velocity, and acceleration natin. You would usually have an origin point which is yung nasa center of ah yung nasa origin nung ating Cartesian coordinate system, yun yung ating origin point, and an x or y direction where the object could relate to, so that we could measure the object's position, velocity, and acceleration. Kasi 'di ba doon sa ating Cartesian coordinate system, for example, yung object natin is nag-travel along a curve, pa ganyan, for example, pa ganyan. Ayan, projectile along a curve yung pag-travel ng object natin. Now, itong curve na to, naglagay tayo ng x and y position para ma-determine natin, for example, yung object natin is naanditong point, meron siyang x component and y component para ma-define natin yung kanyang position. Okay? So, the same with the velocity and acceleration, yun din yung ginagamit natin. Meron tayong origin point para ma-determine natin kung nasaan yung position ng isang object. But, are linear terms really useful in describing objects that are rotating? 'Di ba? Kasi yung pinag-uusapan natin is kung naandito yung fixed point ng linear, if naandito yung fixed point ng linear, kung papansinin nyo is hindi naman umiikot yung axis natin, 'di ba? Hindi umiikot yung axis of rotation, naka-fix siya diyan, kaya nga fixed point, naka-fix dito, and habang nagta-traverse yung particle natin, habang nagmo-move yung particle natin dito, for example, lumalayo yung particle natin doon sa ating certain point or doon sa origin point natin. So we probably want something more convenient, therefore we need to define angular quantities. So dun sa linear position, meron tayong mga linear quantities which is the position, velocity, and acceleration. So pagdating sa rotation is magkakaroon din tayo ng mga angular quantities that are analogous to an object's linear position, velocity, and acceleration. Sa general summary, we use ito. So for linear motion, 'di ba? X for position, V for velocity, and A for acceleration. Meanwhile, kapag rotation, theta for angular position, ayan, ito is for the angular velocity, and alpha for the angular acceleration. Okay, i-define natin with analogous sa linear position for x position sa linear, we will use or theta for angular kasi 'di ba ito yung nagde-describe ng angle natin. Meanwhile for velocity for linear pagdating sa rotation omega, small omega. Then for acceleration, a ang ginagamit sa linear, meanwhile sa rotation or sa dynamics of rotation, alpha ang gagamitin natin. Okay? So angular position theta, pag sinabi nating theta, it is the angle that the object is at from the reference line where yung theta natin is equal to 0 degree or 0 radians. So by convention, counterclockwise is positive while clockwise natin is negative. So kung papansinin nyo dito is galing sa reference line na to, example ito yung reference line natin. Once na inikot natin itong line na to counterclockwise, yung yung theta natin na mapuproduce is positive. Yan. Counterclockwise, positive yung theta kasi nga galing dito papunta doon. Yan, positive yung theta na makukuha natin. Kasi 'di ba, sa pag-ikot from quadrant 1 to quadrant 4, ang rotation niya is counterclockwise. Yan, counterclockwise yung rotation natin. So therefore, from reference line, pag umikot itong reference line na to papunta diyan, for example, wait lang. And if this reference line umikot papunta diyan, so positive yung theta na makukuha natin. Meanwhile, kapag counterclockwise yung ikot niya, so negative yung angle na makukuha natin. Okay? So yan, pag ganyan yan. Now, itong center na naandito sa part na to, ito. So ito yung tinatawag natin na axis of rotation in which dyan iikot yung reference line natin or yung radius natin. So dyan iikot. So yung theta I is the initial position natin, initial angular position in which 0 degree yan or 0 radian. Okay? So ang units natin are in radians which are dimensionless. A radian is the angle for which the arc length of a circle of radius r is equal to the radius of the circle. Okay? So for example, ang radius nito is 3. Now, yung arc length nito is also equal to 3. So yan ang radian, itong angle na to. Ang angle na yan, theta, ang measure niya is 1 radian. Okay? So yan ang 1 radian natin na tinatawag. So yan ang pagkakaiba or yun yung tinatawag natin na radian. Kapag ka yung radius nito and yung S or yung arc length is equal, parehas yung dalawa. So yung ma-form na angle natin dyan is equivalent to 1 radian. So yun yung tinatawag natin na radian. Tandaan natin yan. Now ano naman yung tinatawag natin na arc length? So the arc length is given by this formula S is equals to r theta. So ano naman yung S is equals to r theta na yan? So yung arc length is itong position na naandito. From here hanggang here na nai-enclose ng angle theta natin yung distance along the circumference. Ayan. Yung distance na yun along the circumference. Yan yung tinatawag natin na arc length. Okay? So if we do a full 360-degree revolution or one revolution, for example, kung gagawa daw tayo ng isang full na 360-degree revolution galing sa axis of rotation, gagawa tayo ng isang full 360-degree rotation hanggang dyan. Okay? So, meron tayo dyan na isang revolution which is equivalent to the radius of the circle is r and the arc length is the circumference of the circle or 2 pi r. Kumbaga yung mafo-form natin na arc length is itong buo na circumference ng circle natin. Okay? This means 1 revolution is equals to 360 degree or 2 pi radians. So commonly, we want to know the angular displacement delta theta or a change in position so that we can figure out angular velocity in which yung delta theta natin, which is ito yan, ito change in angular position natin Kasi 'di ba dun sa linear meron tayong change in position S. So dito meron din tayong change in position theta or change in angular position kasi iikot yung wheel natin or yung disc natin. So magkakaroon ng change in position from theta final minus theta initial. So ito yung theta final, ito yung theta initial. Makakuha natin yung delta theta natin na ito. Okay? Now, ano naman yung angular velocity? When we say angular velocity, it is defined as the angular displacement over time, just like its linear counterpart. So, 'di ba sa linear velocity, distance over time din. So, dito sa angular velocity, okay, so distance over time in which yung magiging displacement natin, anong equivalent ng linear displacement into angular displacement? Yung theta, 'di ba? Yung theta yung angular displacement natin. So delta theta yung magiging angular velocity natin divided by the change in time. So just like its linear counterpart. So now we have an expression for the average angular velocity in units of radian per second. So ang unit pala nitong average nitong angular velocity natin is in radian per second. Now, if the angular velocity is constant, then yung omega natin is equal to the omega average, which is equal to delta t over delta t, which for one revolution means that change in the angular position is equals to 2 pi and delta t is equals to the total time t or the period. Okay? The period for constant angular velocity is then defined as this, the period t for one revolution in which average or constant yung angular velocity natin that is equal to 2 pi over the omega natin or the angular velocity. So, yan ang tinatawag natin na angular velocity. So, almost the same lang naman ang concept nito doon sa linear, nitong dalawa. So, angular acceleration alpha is defined as the change in angular velocity over time, also like its linear counterpart, gaya ng sa acceleration natin. 'Di ba? Acceleration is change in velocity over time. So, angular acceleration, change in linear velocity naman over time. So, yung unit niya is revolution per second squared or radian per second squared. So, yan yung ang angular acceleration natin. Now, pagdating sa rotational kinematics, meron ditong side-by-side comparison between the formulas doon sa linear at saka doon sa rotational. Okay, doon, simula tayo sa displacement. For example, yung displacement natin sa linear is S. Okay, S. Pagdating sa rotational, theta. Yung velocity is V sa linear. Pagdating sa rotation, omega. Omega na siya. Yung acceleration natin is A. Pagdating sa rotation is alpha. So, di ba ito yung different kinematics formulas natin? So, we already binigay na natin to. And didiscuss na natin to. So, lahat ng V, palitan nyo lang ng omega. Lahat ng delta X, palitan nyo lang ng alpha. Or ng theta. And yung A, palitan nyo ng alpha. Kumbaga, kung ano yung pinalit nyo dito sa linear world, yun yung gagamitin nyo rin sa rotational world. So, same formula, kaya madali lang naman tandaan yung formula dito sa rotational world. For example, V final is equals to V initial plus 80. Ito lang yan. Omega final is equals to omega initial plus 80. And so on and so forth. So, parehas lang naman yung kakalabasan nila. So, take a screenshot nitong formulas na to para kahit pa paano is madali natin silang tandaan. Pero kung memorize yung nasa linear world, mas madali lang naman maalala yung nasa rotational world. Okay? So, example, you are playing fetch with your dog. You throw a ball with an initial angular speed of 36 radian per second. So, ito yung initial angular speed or yung omega natin. And your dog catches the ball at a time of 0.595 seconds later. So, when your dog catches the ball, its angular speed has decreased 34.2 radian per second due to air resistance. Kumbaga, nung tinapon mo yung bola, umiikot to at 36 radian per second. Nung after 0.595 seconds sa hangin, nung kakagatin na ng aso, yung bola, yung naging kanyang final angular velocity naging 34.2 radian per second na lang dahil dun sa air resistance. Kaya medyo bumagal yung ikot. What is the ball's angular acceleration, assuming it to be constant, and how many revolutions does the ball make before being caught? Okay, so ito yung gagawin natin. So, ang gagawin natin is, this is our first venture into rotational kinematics, but the approach is almost identical to linear. Kumbaga kung ano yung ginagawa natin sa rotational, gagawin din natin sa linear. We just need 3 parameters in order to solve for a fourth using one of the kinematics equation. So, gagamit tayo nito. Ang given sa atin is initial angular velocity, final angular velocity, and time. So, ang pinapahanap is theta and alpha. Okay, so pinapahanap is alpha kasi angular acceleration. Acceleration ang pinapahanap. Therefore, need natin ng alpha. Hanapin natin yung may mga alpha. Ito. Yan. So, sa kinematics equation 1, may given tayo yung omega final, which is ito. Omega initial, which is ito. And time, meron. And yung alpha na hinahanap. So, we will use the kinematics equation 1 na omega final is equals to initial plus alpha t. Substitute natin. 34.2 yung final. Tapos 36 yung initial radian per second. Plus alpha times yung time natin na 0.595 seconds. So 34.2 minus 36 kasi ililipat natin. Tapos i-divide natin both sides by 0.595 para makancel. May iwan na lang is alpha. Then by calculator, 34.2 minus 36. And tas i-divide daw natin ito ng 0.595. So, negative 3.025 radian per second. So, yan yung alpha natin na ating angular acceleration. So, yung pangalawang hinahanap is how many revolutions. So, pag sinabi nating revolutions, angular position theta naman ang hinahanap. So, given na meron tayong initial, meron tayong time, nahanap natin yung alpha, meron tayong time, pwede nating makuha yung angular position. Okay? Or pwede namang ito, itong kinematics equation na to. 1/2 initial plus final times time. So, ang ginamit is yung kinematics equation 2, which is change in position is equals to initial times time plus 1/2 times alpha t squared. So, yan. So, initial angular velocity natin is 36 times time na 0.595 plus 1/2 times yung alpha natin na negative 3.025 and yung time na 0.595 squared. So, theta is equals to 20.88 radian times 1 revolution per 2 pi rad. So, makuha natin yung theta natin na 3.32 revolutions. So, 3.32 revolutions pala yung ikot bago pumunta sa ganitong final angular velocity. Okay? So, yan yung hinahanap sa sample problem. And ito is, yan, take a screenshot of this one and then sagutan nyo to as isasubmit nyo siya sa akin. Pagpunta nyo na lang, compile nyo na lang and then isasubmit nyo siya sa akin. Okay? So, take a screenshot of this video and kukompile nyo isahan, isasubmit nyo siya sa akin next week. Okay? So, yun lang yung sa discussion natin about rotation. Okay? So, thank you and have a good day.